또 도라제 장예 고바이녀라 도이요 도라제 장예 고바이녀라 도이요 셀레저로른 제냥에 최동에 면로 샤샤도 저제만로 용소도 되어러져봐 저로셔도 도제근로 념에 좀된데 된dom되는 동에서 도선에서 선제민게 별로여 예락자들 새로운도 세제 다니래 다게서 매자게 용손 장조님의 남게 karma 미제데 미제 존도 오메제게 인게 보던도 대선상제 근계원 로점 저거롱은 소던데 모자ዌ라메 샤블라게샤 도소로 엘로나 제로 리제 근계 저당네 신당 저러담제나 농골레 장제게도 진미제바라 조조로 다 당만라 다시 델렉시에당 찹지도 되네 샘젠 담지게도 노소베 상지 고방 토고에 대체도 담배 죄인게 연념배 삼바자체와 창조 샘기근롱 원도당네 세라지시야
Trashidele, everyone. Please listen the Dharma with the vast motivation of bodhicitta, thinking that I would like to become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings.
되네 나다레 쉬는데네 되네 대화르시바 dwingi 말람기 개발 쉐리 데나네 다 대화르시 주보디 공도송네 dwin바 되네 상지 맨라 게 되네 공도 맹길라 벤드리아 여기 절비 말람기 개발 대레 말람기 개발 넘버 주니 저거예비 나옵니다 제바 이제 공도송네 대링
So we are continuing from the previous talk, which is on the aspiration of the seven Tathagatas. And out of seven Tathagatas, we have already done 6 of them. And we are on the 7th one, which is the last one. And he is the one, the Bhagavan Tathagata, Arhata Samyasam Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of the Light of Love is Lazuli. And this is the long name of Medicine Buddha. Usually we just call him Medicine Buddha. And he has made 12 great aspirations when he was practicing on the Bodhisattva path in the past. And out of 12, we have already completed 8. And today we're going to continue from the 9th.
되던데 올라시노 대 말람 전부다 제바 이제 공도선의 구바디 말람 전부 구바니 관계체 더 마음이 뒤나 라나메 바 양다버로 조배 정정 엄마로 조바를 상제바 대체 더 정주 도반나 샘젠 담제 뒤기 시작반 남래 용서 타로를 자오 아세디 다 가르세게로서나 뒤기 샤바 다 뒤기 샤바 세긴데 다 공도 지동 다 치기 되네 미다 미마이기 뒤야요 이내야 조디 되는 녀몽바디다 숙체의 녀몽비 뒤로 녀몽비기 뒤기 샤베 칭네 되는 최주비 고가 마토비기 강석 샘젠디소 되네 뒤기 샤바 녀몽비 샤바레 용서 타로를 저 지기 되네 말합니다. 양 따와 타대진 미튼 뭐 신싱비 미튼 버주르바 더 yang dakwe tawa la kwe bar chao se tawa ta de jin mi tin ba se gen di ta ding sang gong so nyok cha che shu ji ta di cha ge yo ro di be na chu lu mi do 다 디타와 타데바 달라 데네 미조와 차기로 출루 미조와라 데네 타와 타데 타데발라 데네 데네 공소 뇽다동 공소 다 니마 편제를 막시 니베기 뇽다데 다 타와라 출루라 데 용으로 인제 니메 말이고 비 이절렌 디 이슈이죠 어디인데 다와 미팅바디 녀적이 시치시 직차게 버리 디인상되는 다와 미팅바라 때문에 생생 녀다 다 생생신은 녀다로 생생 녀다 미팅바죠 대다 탐제 다와 팀비기 거네 양다괴기 다와로 그버지기 되는 말은 제발 다르기 장조선비 죄받된 바라 저 셰다보 다 내가 되네 따와 튠바 따와 양다발로 되네 타르둑 되네 장조선비 죄바 다 태과 준비기 람라 되네 뜨버지기 되네 말함세
So his the ninth great aspiration. I have two translations today. One is my own, and one is from a very good translator, Ari Goldfield, the translator of Khenpo Sangye. So I'm going to read both of them. First, I'm going to read my own translation. So it says, in the future, when I become a Buddha, by attaining the perfect, complete, and unsurpassable enlightenment, when I achieve enlightenment, I will make completely free all sentient beings from the lassos of Mara. So lassos of Mara here could means actually there are so many external obstacles for us to practice Dharma, and also, but somehow primarily it means our own klesha. So when we have a very thick klesha, big klesha, then this becomes the strongest lasso of Mara, which disturb us to practice Dharma. Therefore, he is making aspiration for those beings who have strong sense of kleshas to be free from their kleshas, so they can make a good Dharma practice. And also it says, I will establish all of those beings who are in disharmony and arguing each other because of their different views. So different view is actually the main cause of having fighting with each other between country and between even like a practitioner and so forth. Even for example, as far as my understanding is concerned, even the World War II was started from because of their different views between like Jews and so forth. And therefore, it is very dangerous to hold different view and fight to each other. Therefore, and then his aspiration was saying that whoever is holding a wrong view, and because of holding wrong view, they are fighting each other, may he be able to establish them all to a right view. And gradually, I will show them the conduct of the Bodhisattvas. So this is my translation, and also I already explained as Khenpo explained. Since Ari's translation must be better, I'm going to read. He translated in this way. He says, in the future, at the time that I attain unsurpassable, completely perfect enlightenment, at the time that I awaken as the manifestly perfect Buddha, at the time that I attain enlightenment, may all sentient beings gain complete liberation from Mara's lasso. All those who fight with one another because their views conflict, may I guide to the correct view. Finally, may I teach them the conduct of the Bodhisattvas.
Sangye Menlegi, Melam Chimbo Gube Nangla, Kare Songasena, nyamombe shakba dugi shakba le shakbe gi chingwa le tolo melam zeba dang teni tawa mitin ba tumda mitin begi nyokta selwe gi chedo melam zeba do zedo di indi da o da rang la da ngazo di interview kabla mongba yoro nga che yabu jeya samlo ye de ina ya nyamombe gi teni 되셔 되게 강서 최 제주고면서 뉴모바 시단기 되는 최 여보 제주고면서는 근데 인터뷰 뭐뭐 얘기요래 다 뒤인데 다 상제 맨레기 말람 고비 나라다 뒤기 샤바 뉴모비 샤바 탐지 친구에게 말람 제도와 디 하고네 다 마음발에 디 저거 강을 좀 되셔기 강을 시단기 강을 디나신 마절 타도라서 강을 가려 좀 봐야냐 너다 상제면에 말람던데 제바여 바래 니 딜라 소원 답기 인 섬네 소원 말람 답네 강을 데세 tum나 되네 다리 상제면에게 도년바 최년바들라 팬도 침뭐 용말 다디 셰바디 셈라메 마음발라 강을 준비 값을 다 야죽네 nga 강을 된데도 가르쳐 버려 마죽 nga 강을 된데도 가르쳐 버려서나 되네 다리 상지면 되기 최대냐 마들라 팬도 마중마도 그렇죠 다디노진 야 상지 듄기 되네 멜람레레 신도랑 아르소기 강을레레 셀도고 여러 대수 다 창마되는 된데 셈라 샤tum나 다 디강을 준비 가서 상지 디기 말람제 바리 딜러서원 담나 나 강도 강을 들게리 셀도게리 삼대기 다 이치기네 되네 말람선도나 되네 들이 상지 맨레기 도 냠바텔라 되네 그바 펜 중전 양다고 중발
So the essence of this, the ninth great aspiration, as he said, may he be able to completely free all sentient beings from the Mara's lasso or the lasso of Mara, which I explained, Mara as a klesha. So I have been asked many times when I am having an interview with the students, they says, I would like to practice Dhamma very well, but somehow my attachment is not really letting me to do so. And then some people say, I would like to practice Dhamma very well, but somehow my anger is not letting me to do so, and so forth. So these are the actually Mara of, lasso of Mara. Then you should remember what the Medicine Buddha made in his ninth great aspiration. And then understanding his aspiration and having trust him and devotion, and you pray, and then your problem will be solved for sure. Otherwise, if you don't keep it in mind, if you could do in that way, then there is a great benefit of listening this Dharma teaching of the Medicine Buddha Sutra. Otherwise, if you just listen today, and if you don't keep in your mind, and if you forget what he has said in his aspirations, and then when you face this kind of problem again, then if you keep going to one teacher to another teacher and keep asking the questions, then that means there is no benefit at all of receiving this teaching. Therefore, it is very important for you to keep in your mind, and then you should practice it well when you encounter the problem. And at the same way, not only the Medicine Buddha himself, the previous 6 Buddhas also have made so many great aspirations, and then each of them have a special meaning for special kleshas or problems for us to solve. Therefore, it will be also very beneficial and very wonderful if you can remember whatever problem you have the most. If you can remember who taught the antidote for that, which Buddha taught, and if you practice that way, then it will be a really, really beneficial for you to receive this teaching. Otherwise, if you're just teaching every week and forget, and then when you face the problem, if you don't apply the teaching in your practice, then there is no much. Of course, there is little benefit of mere receiving the teachings, but still there is no as much as it should be. Therefore, it is very important for you to keep in your mind what they teach us in great aspiration, especially if they are antidote for your own problem, then you should remember that specially, and then you should apply in your practice whenever you face encounter this kind of problem again. Last.
Tadi malam jemba chuba ni gangi te da maung be du na lana me ba yang da bar zobe changju ngombar zobar sang je ba de che da changju thoba na semjen gang su da jelbe jigbe chaba dang gang da jingwa dang dekba dang da yuwe deba gora shuba dang separu ba judu me kundu seba da junchen duma la tenne da kundu namba kundu seba amne ba nga jel dang dalwa lu dang ngak dang sem dungel gi nyen ba 대덕 덕이 선남기 뒤 네바 탐제레 용서 타월 줄지 제답보 다디 다도 데 절벽이 있네 말은 절벽다 다 준비 팀이 네베 되는 때바데서 절벽이 네바 래 타월 말함제반.
The next, the 10th great aspiration, he said, in the future, when I become a Buddha, by attaining the perfect, complete, and unsurpassable enlightenment, when I achieve enlightenment, by the power of my merit, may they, all those beings who are frightened from the fear of kings, who are bound, who are beaten, who are imprisoned, who are worthy to be executed, who are tortured by many causes, who have no arrogance, and their body, speech, and mind are being tortured by suffering, be completely free from all harms. So this aspiration, the essence of this is helping people to get free from unnecessary punishment of a king or law, which usually happened in the ancient time. Okay, let me read the another translation, which was translated by Ari Goldfield again. He said, okay, his translation says, in the future, at the time that I attain unsurpassable, completely perfect enlightenment, at the time that I awaken as the manifestly perfect Buddha, at the time that I attain enlightenment, may all sentient beings who live in fear of the king, who are bound, who are beaten, who are in prison, who are harmed by deceit, whose freedom of movement and speech the king restricted, and who suffer by the power of my merit, may they be completely free. All of that harms them. That's all.
Oh yeah. That in the Zhongkang Nang Yue Ba Tang, Zhengi Nieba Poba de Su Giyang, then Sangye Mela Sova Melan Tamna, then Nieba Le Tar, Zhongkang Le Tariagi Gogap Do.
So those who are in prison, if you have devotion and trust in Medicine Buddha, and if you pray him, then it will definitely help you to be free from the prison.
Tadi malam chimba chukchik bani gangi te da maung be du na lana me ba yang da bar zobe changju ngombar zobar sangje ba de che da changju thoba na semjen gang su da che ba dang kombi me rabdo barwa khase cholwa la rabdo chen ba da to ge ge cherdu dene digbi le je ba khase cholwe kangel la tene digbi ge le je ba 대덕 덕이 투 카독당 제당 롤 덴비 카세기 류 심버제데 심버제다 심버제데 치 추기를 신도대와 그걸 저시다보 대다 탐제다 내가 되는 세그 내면라서베기 되는 강도 심버제 되는 탈도 되는 추기로 추기 뒤지 되는 심버제네 되는 상지기 고풍을 그걸 저 되는 말한다 봐야래 감다보.
The next one, the 11th great aspiration, he said, in the future when I become a Buddha, by attaining the perfect, complete and unsurpassable enlightenment, when I achieved enlightenment, I will make those beings who are diligently looking for food because they are burning with the fire of hunger and thirsty, satisfied with food that possess color, smell, and taste. And subsequently, I will establish them to great happiness with the taste of Dharma. So what it means is temporarily, people who are having problem with food and clothes and so forth, and then because of having this problem, and they are engaged in many different negativities to get what they need. Therefore, if they can be free from this kind of problem, they can be free from engaging in negative activities. Therefore, temporarily, I will help them to get whatever they eat and they need to be survived, and so to make them happy. And then ultimately, I will establish to a happiness, great happiness with the test of Dharma, means I will establish them to the Buddhahood. And that's what the 11th, and let me read another translator here again. In the future, at the time that I attain unsurpassable, completely perfect enlightenment, at the time that I awaken as the manifestly perfect Buddha, at the time that I attain enlightenment, for all sentient beings who are afire with hunger and thirst, who must put great effort into looking for food, and who have committed negativity, may I satisfy them with foods of wonderful colors, smells, taste, and later may the taste of Dharma give them great happiness.
대신 셔바디 말람 첨보 주니바니 관계체 더 마음베드나 라나메바 양더버 조베 장정 엄마르 조버 상제바 대체 더 장주 도바나 셈젠 강수도 젠모 울와 다 그메바 울레나 젠모 되네 차장기 동행용으로 동엘와 정화당 차화당 정부당 샤장덕이 인생두족도 동일게 서로용과 대달라 다기 그 용서 제바로 열반 천나속수 가주로 더 진바라자오 지다를 되바신도 림버지 젠 나속바당 비바당 청화당 배당 주바당 르물저당 실년당 백도반남기 샘젠남기 삼바탐제 용소 속바리 줄지 레와탐제 용소 강월 줄지 제 답대 답대 잠발 좀 된데 대신 셔바다 좀 양다바 도베 상제 민길라 벤두리아 외게 절버데 은 장조 셈베 제바제바나 말람 첨보 주니보데도 답을줄도.
The next great aspiration, the 12th, he said, in the future, when I become a Buddha, by attaining the perfect, complete and unsurpassable enlightenment. When I achieve enlightenment, I will provide all the necessary provisions that can be transformed into many different colors and that are worthy to be completely enjoyed to those beings who are naked, poor, and suffer days and nights by cold, heat, bees, and flies. May all wishes of sentient beings be accomplished just as they want, with the decoration of various precious ornaments, rosaries, incense, perfumes, sound of different music. Manjushri, the Bhagavan Tathagata, Arhata Samyasam Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of the Light of Labis Lazuli, made these 12 great aspiration prayers when he was practicing the conduct of the Bodhisattva in the past. Let me read another translator. Ari says, in the future, at the time I attain unsurpassable, completely perfect enlightenment, at the time that I awaken as the manifestly perfect Buddha, at the time that I attain enlightenment, may I have with the appropriate action all those who are naked, who are without clothes, who are poor, who are suffering, who are cold, who are hot, who are afflicted day and night by insects and vermin. May I give them clothes of many colors. As they wish, may I give them various ornaments of precious jewels, pendants, necklaces, incense, oils, and the beautiful musical sound of instrument. And by this, may sentient beings' wishes be perfectly fulfilled. Manjushri, at the time he was practicing Bodhisattva contact, this transcendent concurrent. I was using the Sanskrit word, but I translated everything in English. So transcendent concurrent, this Tathagata, this Arhat, this completely perfect Buddha medicine Buddha named Sapphire Light, which I usually use Labis Lazula, made these 12 great aspiration prayers. Lazula.
Jambal, Dejen Shaba, Tajumba, Yandabara, Tobe, Sanje, Mingela, Pendria, Wiki, Chilva, Di, Malam Gang Yimbatang, Sanji, Sanje, Menlegi, Shingi, Yenden, Goba Gang Yimba, Deni, Da Tashin Tawa, Nerelation, the Shena, Kalba Lel Hakwaler, Shenayang, Seba Sargamare, She Sargamare, Sebajar Minezo. Sanje Gishin Deni, Shindo Yonsu Takbate, Yonsu Takba in Bechum Senkaresna, Dodong, Segmadong, Jomo Meba, Devi Jen Meba, that Devi Jen, Dechak. 편절 다 디ङ에 인생비기다 건소 다든당 디기 전매와서라나 아 그메진 다우드 짐바메서로 데베 전매바 년송당 동엘게 드메바 베메기메바 메바 사데당 직바당 라와당 따밥당 까르홍기 자와당 바감니 벤르의 랑신첸 사신의 림보체 나든게 랑신첸 때 직등게 감 대화첸 지저와 대신도 당하나도 금바방매기 신감 대화첸 게 연된 꾀바시비 가서 간대시로 대당 지바래 직등이 감 벤르의 낭위 상식이 신기 연된 꾀바양 대당 더 대화 진행이 없나도 제딩이 감 되나 장조 셈바 정매 박도 매바 대다기 낭나 장조 셈바 침보 조니여대 다 대화 진행이 없나 장조 셈바 정매 방매 낭네 다조 되네 예수 장조 셈바 진행에서 연도 장조 셈바推进 톱니 예바 낭신 되네 상제 면례기 신없네요. 장조 셈바 조니 제기 민니 니마 따르 남발 낭제 제자 니비 민니 다와 따르 남발 낭제 제자데 대다니 좀 된데 대신 시바 민길라 벤드리아 외기 절버디 담비 취기 제진바오 다고 뭐 바미기 담비 취기 제진바 제네스랑 투진 좀 줘보자 잠벨 대다웨나 대비리기 보험 리기 보면 상식이 신들의 겨울mel람 톱시 다 되는데 알아서 되네 상식 면례기 신엄 대화진기 신엄는 개발매바 될라 계획이 제도 되는 말람 자 되는 톱시.
So that completed the 12 great aspiration that was made by Medicine Buddha when he was practicing on the path of Bodhisattva in the past. And the next is about explanation about his Pure Land. And so Buddha continues his conversation with Manjushri, calling Manjushri. Okay, the sutra says, Manjushri, the aspirations of the Bhagavan Tathagata, Arhata Samyaksam Buddha, Medicine Guru, King of the light of Lavis Lazuli, and his Buddha field cannot be completed even if I talk for an aeon or even more. So there is no way that anyone can explain in details about what kind of how much aspiration he did. Even we have only here like 12 of them, but actually it is limitless. There is no way even Buddha cannot finish, even he talked for one aeon, even more. Therefore, there is no way to complete. But somehow, in the short, and also the greatness of his Buddha Pure Land cannot be expressed no matter how much you talk about it completely. But just according to our mind, still Buddha is saying a little bit here. So Buddha said that Buddha field is completely and extremely pure. There is no stones, like no ordinary stone of our world, no pebbles, no gravels, no sound of lower rims and suffering, and no shortcoming of attachment, which means there is no klesha of attachment. So since there is no attachment, then how could there be a shortcoming of attachment? So it says no attachment, no form of inferior birth. The land itself is made of pure crystal with the robes of gold bordering the path. So the land itself is made of pure crystal, or you can also say same thing, that the land itself is made of labis lazulis with robes of gold bordering the path. There are magnificent palaces and pavilions with spacious windows strung with nets, and all made of the 7 precious gems, or 7 precious jewels, or 7 jewels. The virtue and the magnificence of this Buddha land is no different from that of the Western Pure Land, which is the Sukhavati, the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha. So actually the Pure Land of Medicine Buddha is identical with the Sukhavati. So there is no difference at all. usually Sukhavati is explained to be the greatest one, and then somehow this is identical and there is no difference at all. And in this world, or in this pure land, among the innumerable bodhisattvas, there are two main bodhisattvas, such as like even in the Sukhavati, in the Western Pure Land, as a retinue of Amitabha Buddha, even there are innumerable bodhisattvas. We know there are two men, which are the Avalokiteshvara and great power, which is the another name of Vajrapani. So usually we say Tuje Top in Tibetan. So who received the great power or something like that. But I think it's better to say the Vajrapani anyway, because he's the Vajrapani. So just exactly like that, even in the Sukhavati, Amitabha Pure Land, there are countless bodhisattvas, but among them there are two men, which are Chenrezig on his right and the Vajrapani on his left, just like that. In this Pure Land of Medicine Buddha also, there are two bodhisattvas who are the main student who hold the treasure of Dharma of Medicine Buddha. So their names are Radiant Sunlight Bodhisattva. One is called like that. And then another one is called Radiant Moonlight Bodhisattva. And they uphold the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Medicine Guru, King of the Light of Labi-Lazula's Dharma treasure. Therefore, faithful, noble sons and noble daughters should make aspiration and prayers to be born in that Buddha field. So his Buddha Shakyamuni is advising us to make aspiration to take birth in the Pure Land of Medicine Buddha, which is not different at all from the Sukhavati, the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha.
Yang chamdendegi jambal shino jurbala katalba jambal semjin sose kyo gangda kewa dang migewa kewa kariyimba da migewa kariyimba misheba da yöde 대다운이 착배 들기는 바 진바단 진비 제보 넘버 민바 롱제편성 서버여바 미셰바오 대다운이 되네 지바세게레 렘바세게레 대배왕보단 절와 최동 근조로 되네 대배 왕범당 절와 대바 매방 다 내가 가르치기로서는 너로 속신 송월랑은 바로 전기 미세 세강라 되는 너로 싹야기 탑시 장장당 되는 싹과디 송마도 송맥이 되는 탑시 장장 되는 디 너로 싹야당 송야 제도라 되는 미세디 조조게 전기 진바 양덕벌의 개발라 대덕샘 미조와데 진바 당야라 조아메와 진비도 녀월네바 랑기 류기 샬레제바신도 이미게와 줄도 다 진바당야기 뒤갑지글레바 있나 되네 롱모지글레네 진바당야기 도갑지글레바 있나 되네 랑기 류 샤제네 제바 나신기 서로와 차기요래 주노롱을 버텨야라 류기 샤제네 제바 나신기 서로와 차기요래 다 제대메바 메가버 줄바 샘진 대당네 단위장 두메 용소 미제나 다 대답의 샘진도 다 랑게양 되는 롱죄 민이나 주노 삭송 권하제는 죄 민이나 파마당 충마당 보당 보모라 때로와 담매장 지게 되돌아 끝나 제야디 받아서든 전포당 전모당 레제바 남라 담매장 지게 乾隆王南大美将几个semjen 대답을 대답니 디네 시페네 이다기 직된도 개월 줄대 이다기 내서 개월 줄대 양나 dun주게 내서 개월 줄 대라 강덕은 미리 줄반나 좀 된데 대신 셔바 민게라 벤르의 외기 절바디 첸 퇴발 줄바 대답니 다 상제 맨레기 Then chen teba yoba yin yena the mi ludengi kapso. Dedang ni shinji jigdi na nejang rung, dunzui geni na nejang rung de, der deshen sheba de chen ngundu jurshin, zhenma thakwa tsamgi, dene shibhe ne yang, mi jigdi do kewa jur, kewa tsamma yin ba de, kewa ngamegi cherab zhenbar jur, cherab zhenbala dene, ngendregi jigwe zhangni yang döbe yun zhangni yang döbe yun den dak döndo minyerwa dang dene ngendregi jigwa di korang kewa ngama di idala nela kewa di drenni di jigchak digi dene döbe yun den la shenchak di ta chakwa di kiki mara döndo minyerwa dang 진발로 ngombar 가와당 되네 진바당 wal로 ngombar 가와 진비기 ngakwa 줘바당 독바 탐제 용소 동월 줄데 림기 되네 랑기 고당 라바당 강바당 미당 샤당 탁장 롱완남로도 진바를 주래기 강소 다 배연여와래 소디 너르게 풍바신 땀매전 지귀
And Buddha Shakyamuni continued his conversation with Manjushri, Bodhisattva Manjushri. He said, Manjushri, there are sentient beings who cannot separate the virtuous action from the non-virtuous. They are greedy and mean, do not practice generosity, and do not understand the benefit of generosity. They are ignorant and unintelligent. Lacking the foundation of faith, they amass riches which they assiduously hoard. Whenever they come across anyone seeking help or generosity, they become annoyed. If forced to give, they feel as much pain and regret as if they were parting with their own flesh. Moreover, there are also countless sentient beings who are miserly, and avaricious. They spend time amassing wealth, while not daring to spend it even on themselves, let alone on parents, spouse, children, servants, or beggars. Upon their death, this stingy person will descend onto the path of hungry ghosts or animal. However, even though they may suffer such a fate, if in a previous existence in the human realm they happen to hear the name of the Medicine Buddha and now recall and recite his name, even briefly, they will immediately vanish from the evil paths, to be born once more among human beings. However, they will remember their stay on the evil path in the hungry ghost and so forth. Dreading their past suffering will cease to allow in worldly pleasure, so they don't try to accumulate the quality of desire realm, we call. They will gladly practice generosity themselves and praise others who do so, and will no longer be stingy. Eventually, they will even be able to donate their head, eyes, limbs, blood, flesh, or other part of their bodies to those who need them, not to mention mere material possessions.
Tene dinde 다 상제 대속이 천 퇴바 잠기양 되네 다 천 퇴바라 때네 대바 매개제 소면람 땀나 된데기다 레잉에 마당 디바여나 탐제 당네 델레 타려래도 다 세딜러 레당 디바 슉체네 강조 소와 대바 매개 게마시 소면람 땀 마셰바 있나요 천 퇴바 잠기기양 되네 세딜러 펜마도 세치말라 되네 된된 돌 강조 펜독 전부 두었던데 디인들 되네 셈진 다 dundu semjen tamjigi nawala dene sangje menla dan dezogi deshishepa dezogi chen dawya de gechimbo dare pendo chimbo.
So from this particular teaching we can understand. I usually try to pronounce the name of the different Buddhas in the ear of different animals. For example, it says, of course, if you get uncontrived devotion and trust and do supplication to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and there is no need to mention how much benefit you get. That's for sure. So even because of having too much obscuration and negative karma in this life, even you cannot have this kind of uncontrived trust or devotion and do the prayer, but just merely hearing their name is also beneficial, as we can understand from this teaching. That's why I usually consider it's important to pronounce whatever name you know, whatever name of the Buddha you know, to the ears of different kind of animals, and then they will have at least some the seed of habitual tendencies in their mind. Okay, so we'll stop here tonight because time is up, and we will do the practice, the Saturday Dharma. Maya Namkata Nyambe Tamje Lama Sangye Rinpoche Lai Gyabzon Jewo Sangye Shudan Gende Namlai Gyabzon Jewo Lama Yedam Kando Solai Gyabzon Jewo Nasem Donsan Chugye Goloi Gyabzon Jewo Maya Namkata Nyambe Samje Tamje Lama Sangye Rinpoche Lai Gyabzon Jewo Sangye Shudan Gende Namlai Gyabzon Jewo Lama Yedam Kando Solai Gyabzon Jewo Rangsem Donsai Chugye Golai Gyabzon Jewo Maya Namkata Nyambe Samje Tamje Lama Sangye Rinpoche Lai Gyabzon Jewo Sangye Shudan Gende Namlai Gyabzon Jewo Lama Yedam Kando Solai Gyabzon Jewo Rangsem Donsai Chugye Golai Gyabzon Jewo Oman Bemo Oman Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Oman Bemo Man 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 Bemo Oman Bemo Man 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 Oman Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Bemo Man Oman Bemo Man 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 Bemo Oman Bemo Man 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 Bemo Oman Bemo Man 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 Oman Bemo Man 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 Bemo Oman bemo man 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 bemo. Oman bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man. Oman bemo man 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 bemo. Oman bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man Oman bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo Oman bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man bemo man Oman bemo le da lo borai kele yorawai Dai ne dai joyam bue se waya so semje ye men de ve ne naim jide kham so joya waraya mai gyore je darai je me je be se jai je la le se se be so ro ne ye do ngai je ne ba je de kham so jo wa ra ya mai gyo ra je dai je ka ya na zu ba da Nenge me za te be ta se be Nye pa ya da ya be re zo ge lu je ko la ne pa ya ma yu ra ji ne be ge re to ya da ge jo ya da Lo ye ro soim ya ro yo da she ya zai ye ne la so bai lu je ko la se wa ya mai ju ji lu se de wa ya mai lu ro se Chung ye choi be do ngai je ye ba ma lu xie ta ya do de ba da se ne de ge de ba rai jo la ma gu jo so ye do Kando je yo so me nu do na lende lo wa me be do ge mo da se do ba jo la ma go jo so ge do regular dedication prayer and the auspicious prayer. Ho sonam de yen tam je se bai nye thol ne nye be dana ya tam se ye ga na je ba la cho ba ye se be so ne ro wa re yo jam ba la ba wa ji tra khen ba da kon da sam ba te ya de yin Te da guen ye je so da lo ge wa te da tham ye ra lo wa san ge bo sa ye be je la da che ye me ge re de be je la gen de me je de be je la je da mo